All right, let's talk about geopolitics in the world. Please take a look at me, the map behind me, rather. So in 1980, Venezuela had the highest GDP per capita in South America, 7,900. You see it in the gold there. In 2023, Venezuela had the lowest GDP per capita in South America. Again, in the gold, $7,900. Meanwhile, Peru up 500% in that same time period. Chile up 900%. Argentina 400%. And really get this, it's pretty small, but right next to Venezuela, GUI, Guyana, up 2,400%. They have the same resources as Venezuela. You know, the events of the past weekend have many now hopeful that this country, Venezuela, can begin to live up to its promises again. I want to bring in now Stone Chief Market Strategist Kathryn Rooney Vera, KRV. You know, we had this conversation a week ago, so this is not necessarily surprising per se what happened over the weekend, but you have so many contacts in South America. What's the general feeling in the continent, and particularly in Venezuela at this moment?
Venezuelans, Charles, are happy and they're hopeful. I mean, there's a sense of euphoria right now going on there. I'm on the ground here in Miami, and as you know, there's a fair amount of Venezuelans here in this massive diaspora, which was 8 million people, one of the largest in recent human history. There are concerns, of course, about next steps and the fact that left in place is still, you know, the Chavez-Maduro regime. But most people, I think, Charles, understand that Maduro's removal is not the end point, but an inflection point for stability, democracy, and regional order.
Let's talk about all of the assets. It's gas. Obviously, we talk about the oil, but they have gas, they have iron ore, they have gold resources, they have coal resources, they have fresh water, they have silver. How long before, you know, these things can really be monetized and help the people of Venezuela?
So for the past 25 years, Venezuela collapsed under state control. All of the above was nationalized. Hugo Chavez went around saying expropiase, which means you're not part of the state government. So its recovery depends, Charles, on restoring private enterprise and the rule of law. So this can be a rags to riches story. It's not overnight, but it's not decades either. A credible reopening can put energy prices, you know, the energy market can move well before production starts. We're talking 6 to 18 months for maintenance and debottlenecking, and then 2 to 5 years as infrastructure and capital come on board.
All right, now the administration is setting its sights in Greenland. They haven't been bashful about this at all. Many are baffled. They think it's a Trump obsession, but you'd say it's a lot more, right?
Well, Greenland is about Arctic defense, missile warning, and rare earths, not territory. So the Arctic Channel water is receding, so we're getting Arctic shipping lanes opening, and military activity is de facto rising. China considers itself an Arctic power. Russia has militarized the Arctic. So Greenland gives the U.S. and NATO forward positioning in a region that I think will matter more, not less, over a decade. So it's not about annexation. It's about, you know, lithium, graphite, and defense from the U.S. perspective.
KRV, before I let you go, come back here at home, because I read where you say the Fed has to be more aggressive as Wall Street is pulling back on a number of rate cut assumptions.
Yeah, I think the Fed is going to have to cut 50 to 75 basis points. I think the first half of this year, we're going to get additional upside in equities and in bonds. I like duration now. I think real yields come down. That's favorable for the equity market. So I'm generally positive going into 2026 this year, Charles.
And of course, you say the biggest risk this year is ourselves. KRV, great stuff as usual. Really, really do appreciate you. Happy New Year.
Thank you very much. Happy New Year, Charles.